Hi, and welcome back. In this video, we will deep dive into the topic of organizational structures and how they can be used to change an organization's culture. Most organizations today are structured in a way to optimize for utilization rate of individual people within that organization. That means that we have departments for different functions, for example, user experience design, compared to development, compared to quality assurance, compared to architecture, compared to deployment, and compared to any other function within the organization. Now, this kind of structure, this kind of setup helps the leaders in each of those functions, in each of those units, to optimize the utilization rate of every individual in their organization. When the goal of the organization shifts not towards optimizing for utilization, but optimizing for speed of delivery, just to give one example, that kind of structure probably is not ideal. So we see more and more organizations move from that traditional way of structuring their org, move towards a more agile way of structuring their organization. And at the core of that new structure are self-organized and, most importantly, cross-functional teams which are able to deliver something of value for the customer end-to-end, optimizing for speed of delivery. Other aspects to consider when you think about structural change in organizations are, for example, the concept of projects, or when individual teams are responsible for only components of a certain product. The moment you move from projects to long-term product thinking, that's a structural change. The moment you move from teams being focused and assigned to a specific component to taking a whole product perspective, that's a structural change. The important thing to remember is that any type of change you make, be it your structures, your policies, or metrics, those need to be connected to behaviors or ultimately outcomes you want to achieve within your organization. So if you still want to have optimization for utilization rate, probably moving towards self-organized and cross-functional teams is not the right thing to do. But if you want to improve towards the delivery of value, the time to market for your customers and the products that you build, then a change to your structure could be a key enabler of exactly that goal. In our next video, we will deep dive into the policy changes that organizations can do in order to further drive organizational and, through this, cultural change.